Probably live here, everybody. Anyway, welcome Saturday night here in Chongqing, China. My name is Alex, and welcome to the Chongqing. We decided to do a little bit of a live stream tonight, and get this, guys. I'm going to turn down my phone. I think we sound fantastic. Okay, or do we? Let's do a sound test. Yeah. All right, we got a good sound test here. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. And I just want to tell you guys while we're starting, this is not a green screen, okay? Knock, knock, knock on the window there. Let's have a look at the view outside behind us here. This is a fantastic view from Jiefangbei here in China. That is across to the Yuzhong district here in Chongqing. Behind the camera, the famous Michele Ponte is sitting there monitoring, making sure we don't screw up because he knows cameras better than all of us. And this is the skyline behind us, the beautiful stretch right there, right over there behind you, Bert, is the World Financial Center, the WFC. And these are the lights coming up. And the bridge behind us here is actually blocked off tonight because of the holidays here in China. And there's thousands of people below us there. But anyway, this isn't about me. This isn't all about the beautiful, fantastic city of Chongqing. Kind of is. But it's also about this guy here. Bert, Robert, what should we call you?
Food expert or
food expert.
Or Bert McGirt or, Robert, some people know me as. And then sometimes Lo Bao is another thing that is a new name that like some Chinese media like we want to maybe start, Weibo and some other ones. But yeah, I've been thinking about some new names, because, food expert, some people don't get it. It's a great name. But yeah, anyways, I just am happy to be back here in China. I'm so glad to be back.
So let's rewind here a bit. Let's go back to, first of all, when did you get to China?
I just got here like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. So that's going to rewind us to mid-April. Okay, borders didn't open till mid-March. Well, I shouldn't say they opened March 15th, but it's getting that visa to get here. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Please, please.
It was not as hard as it could be. It's basically like you just have to show up to the consulate, and then you have to fill out everything online, and then so it's a lot easier. They have made things a lot more simple than they were back when you have to like fill everything out by hand. And if you mess up one little thing, you need to reapply again and do everything again. But yeah, you go to the consulate. So they've got a consulate in, I believe, I'm not sure exactly which places they still have consulates at, but they do have one in LA. They got one in San Francisco. They've got one in Chicago. They've got one in New York. They've got one in the embassies in Washington, D.C. There's many consulates, and you just look up where the nearest consulate, that's the one you have to apply at. You go there in person and you bring them your online form. You do everything. It's a lot more simple than it used to be. And yeah, it's a boring task, but
but how long did it take you to get that visa? How long was it? 2 weeks. Okay.
Once it's in, it's just 2 weeks.
2 weeks. But you got a big one though, right? Yours is a 10-year, right?
10-year, yes.
10 years, 60 days in, maybe go to Hong Kong, fly to Thailand, somewhere in Southeast Asia, back around. And so that's a golden visa, if you ask me.
It is the best visa. And I think anyone can get it. It's easier to get the 10-year visa if you've had a 10-year visa or some other visa that's like similar, like 2-year visa or some other visa in the past. So hopefully you get the 10-year visa, even if it's your first time.
I just want to say hello to G-Man out there. Also, Kevin James, John SS. Thank you, David. Pam, wow, great to see you here. Bola, John SS. Hey, that is great that you're here. Everybody from Food Experts audience is fantastic. And behind that camera, we also have an audience coming into us from TikTok as well?
Yeah, we got TikTok rolling. I got some people on TikTok.
You want to jump back and see what's going on in TikTok? So we got TikTok going on in the background as well. And that's, what's your TikTok handle?
Food Expert.
Food Expert on TikTok. Forever is following that. Yes, how's that going? Good?
12 people.
That's watching. Okay. That's great. Everybody's watching. Everybody's good. Okay. So this is fantastic. Greetings, Mr. Ponte. I think you guys are starting to see this guy's videos everywhere. Michele Ponte. I'm seeing them everywhere. In fact, I'm seeing him everywhere. And he's getting well known throughout the city here. So that's great. Fantastic news. And he has an amazing video coming out we don't want to disturb him tonight because he's editing all day. But I think you might see it either tomorrow or Monday, either or, within the next 48 hours, crossing our fingers for the editing genius, Michaela Ponte, as well. And on my schedule here, we got some filming coming up over the next couple of days, and I have an exclusive interview with a very famous politician in the United Kingdom who is known around the world. I'm not going to make the announcements yet, but I will tell a little bit more about it on my Monday's geopolitical program with Brian Berletic and Danny Haipong from what used to be called the Left Lens channel. But anyway, let's get back to you, Bert, here. We talked about this visa. Tell us about the cost to get to China.
So the biggest cost is probably the actual ticket, the initial ticket, depending on where you're coming from. But the visa itself is just $140. It depends, what, country you're applying from. If you're applying from Canada or UK, I think the fees can be
Canada,
different.
UK, United States. I think it's Argentina out of all of them.
Oh,
there's about 5 of them. And these are the only ones. And the reason why they're giving that visa, the reciprocal visa, is because there's a lot of Chinese nationals that are coming to Canada, United Kingdom, United States. And there is a kind of like an agreement that, hey, you know what? Let's ease it for our people, vice versa.
yeah.
Okay, so can you reveal how much it costs you to get a flight here?
So it's like right now they have got a lot of I'm not sure what's going on with the tickets, but there's some tickets that are like the business class of every airplane coming to China right now. It's really extended out. So they moved all the seats of coach out of the airplane and they moved a lot of business class seats in because maybe there is something, I'm not sure if it's still going on, but they keep the flights 75% full right now.
Right.
And so the tickets are a little bit higher because of that. But, that could change anytime if not already changed.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is, I have a friend in the aviation business and he told me as a pilot, first of all, devastating few years for pilots. My heart goes out to all those pilots that have come back to the job. That would be really hard to get me back to fly as a pilot if I was just basically railroaded. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of airlines, a lot of things were really messy. Some airlines were flying cargo, then some were laying off their staffs, cutting their wages, then ramping their wages up. We've seen some negotiations kind of work in the favor of pilots. But once again, this country 1.5 billion, just opened up in March. Now, to get back to full capacity, they said it could take 18 months. So we will start, I think, to see competition come in the flights, especially here in China. I've seen it finally come into effect. I use a website called Trip or C-Trip.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And what it does is it has price alerts. So when my wife went to Thailand, first of all, from here, just a few weeks back, the prices were okay, but that was flying through Chengdu. And Chengdu is a major hub with the new Tianfu International Airport. They wanted to bring in people to that city. And Chengdu is about an hour and 15 minutes away by high-speed rail to Chongqing. Now, at the time, the flights were almost $800 to go to Thailand from here.
Oh, man.
Then it went 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're seeing them about $175 one way US dollars to go to Thailand from here.
Yeah.
And as that starts to pick up, we will see it come down.
Yeah, so I heard that typical flights are around $2,000 to $3,000 US dollars to fly from San Francisco to Shanghai right now. But
that's high.
Every day is changing. It can get a lot lower. I got a very good deal on the day I left, but it doesn't mean it's always a good deal. It can change. So just watch out for those flights. Keep an eye out on Chunar. Take a look at C-Trip. Take a look at all of the different websites because just use them as you can. And keep in mind, you need to have a PCR test, and don't.
There's a surprise, a PCR test.
Yeah,
what?
In San Francisco Airport, I got my PCR test to get on the plane to China.
Really? Because my wife didn't need one from Thailand.
Yeah, because different countries have different rules. So going from
maybe
America,
different airlines too.
Yeah, exactly. And so right now, United Airlines, you need to have a PCR test. going from the United States at least to China. But from Singapore, you just need an antigen or some home test. Singapore is okay to do that way, but you need a proper PCR test. I tried to get my antigen test. That's why in San Francisco, I spent $275 at the airport to have a PCR test. So make sure you plan that ahead.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So make sure you go to Rite Aid or CVS. I mean, if you're in the United States, if you're in the UK, you can probably find other good options. But yeah, I think a PCR test, you can probably get it for like $80 or $100 in the United States now.
You were not in China during the pandemic. I was. And I have to tell you, these were pretty standard. I would say twice to even three times a week we were getting tested. And you could, outside these doors here, pretty much every 3 blocks, there was a testing booth. There was probably, I would say, if you live in a city that has a lot of 7-Elevens, it was 10-to-1 testing booths to 7-Elevens.
That's a lot.
Everywhere. Yeah. There were more testing booths than payphones used to be in neighborhoods. So now that's a thing of the past. What's strange is that, I still go to the shopping malls and I'm grabbing my phones and I'm still thinking, do I need to show a code, or is the mall open? Because there's nobody standing at the door now. That you used to see somebody standing at the door and a big sign, and you would just, hit your code and get in there, the QR code. But all these things, PCR tests, I wouldn't know where to get it now because they're gone. They're history. Have you seen any in the city here?
No, I have not. And it's, and I really think that it's just evolving. Maybe in another 2 more months, you won't even need to have a PCR test going into America. So by the time you see this, maybe you're watching a rerun.
I want to be honest. I think that there is still a little lag where some of these airlines, some of these consulates are still not up to speed because they've been so dormant. Let me tell you, when I was coming to China right smack in the middle of the pandemic, oh man, it was hard for me, and even very, very difficult for my wife to get here. A couple of failed visa attempts. The third time she got the visa approved, the flight was outrageous. Okay, outrageous. The most expensive flight ever paid, I think, by me, and will ever be paid
for a 3-hour flight.
I don't even want to get into it. Every cent was worth it though to bring her here. But the thing is that prior to her coming here, they said to her, "Oh, you have to go into pre-quarantine in Bangkok, closed loop." And we're like, "What? Why would you go into closed loop?" And they're like, "Rules of the flights, rules of the airline." So she had to go into Bangkok. Well, she was in Bangkok. Yeah. And imagine that. You're flying out of Bangkok, you live in Bangkok, and they tell you have to go into a pre-loop 5 days before the flight. So I said to her, before you go to the hotel, don't go into a packed lobby. Wait till the lobby's clear. Go in there kind of like with your hands. Don't touch anything. Sign in the hotel. Get into that room. And it was like that. Test. Got to the airport. And I think there was even people, maybe, I'm not, quote me on this, I don't know if she's watching, but maybe 1 or 2 people that just didn't make it. And just getting to that point is just, it's cutthroat. And it's really, and this is a country that I know a lot of people may find it hard to understand what went on here. But I'll tell you, for most part, the people that are out there tonight that still have all their family with them, and went through 3 years of we'll call it the dynamic zero COVID policy. That doesn't mean zero COVID, but it means that they will do everything they can in their power with health professionals, testing, using contact tracing apps. It managed, in my opinion, wasn't perfect. They opened fast, but this I would say this is about the softest landing that I think anyone could have asked for. If I would not want the job to keep 1.5 billion people safe. Imagine that decision.
They did a great job. It was China, Vietnam, Thailand also kept a really good job until a certain point.
Yeah, then it just... Yeah. I got to tell you, the Thailand, Bert, you've been to Thailand quite a bit too. And you were there during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Or partial...
After, like pretty far after.
Right. But they kept that country closed for almost a year.
Yeah.
And I was in there. I remember all Yuli and I could do in Bangkok was go to the grocery store and home. Pool was closed in the condo. Everything was closed. Just that was it. I don't think they resumed alcohol drinking for almost a year and 6 months into it. And most of the companies and bars and everything, they just went right to the wall bankrupt. They got smoked. And yeah, difficult, very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're out of it, though. Cheers on that one. Cheers, we're out of it.
Cheers, we are finally
Good
out.
coffee.
I think that it's really going to be over forever. I hope so.
Well, this is interesting that you say that, over forever. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, how do you think society would cope to be told that they have to go lock down again?
In the next 5 years, I think it'll be very bad. People need to forget about this.
I know. But do you think, I think if any country in the world tried to impose it right now, I don't know what would happen. I think we've learned a lot from this. Humanity has learned a lot from this.
The last time this epidemic happened, this severity was like 100 years ago. So no one even remembers what happened then. Like all the people are gone that had to deal with that pretty much. So it's like, yeah, no one knew what they had to do. And I mean, everything happened for a reason, I guess. It was tough times, but yeah, we're finally done with it. So it's like, yeah, it feels good. It feels really good to walk down the street. Everyone's just kind of
I mean,
normal.
I wish you guys could see us behind us here, but we are looking at Tiananmen Bridge here in Chongqing, just absolutely jammed with people. Look, they've actually closed the bridge down behind us here, and there are thousands of people looking at the skyline behind us. What a sight to see. It almost brings tears to your eyes sometimes when you see that's people are back out there, getting out there and enjoying it. Here's a quote from Han. Sorry, it should read, in Australia, the infection rate is still 3,836 and the death at about 20 deaths per day. Yeah, we understand those figures. I think a lot of the media has shifted their focus onto probably other things now. So let's say, what brought you back to China?
I just really love China so much. I mean, I can speak okay Chinese. I get by here, and living here for many years, just enjoying the food, enjoying the people, really enjoying just, China's always been awesome to come back to. It feels like home, it doesn't even feel weird to me. I feel like I'm just at home now.
Okay, that's a nice feeling, huh? So how long you plan on sticking around for?
Definitely, gonna make China my home base.
Really?
It's gonna be like also like Thailand as well sometimes, and back to USA, and then Vietnam sometimes as well. And just I really want to show people the culture, the cuisine, the actual like real side of China, but also other places in Asia as well as Europe, places in wherever else I travel. I mean, I go everywhere, but I do love China very much. So it's great to be back, and it's my second time to Chongqing, and yeah, great to be back here with you. So
yeah, great, fantastic. I'm gonna let Bert hop back and have a look at his TikTok crowd to see what's going on there, and just answer somebody's most of the people's questions here. G-Man, thank you for the update for that as well, and hello to some of the new viewers here. That's right, Hang. That is the May 1st Labor Day holidays here in China. Most people are off work until around, I believe it's Wednesday, Thursday. And hello to all the TikTok people again out here.
Yeah, the TikTok people.
How are they doing?
Not the best.
Don't worry, that's all right. That's good.
But yeah, not the best on TikTok, but yeah, it's the first time going live on there in a while. That's
great.
So it's
we got somebody that actually just walked into the media room here. It's Michele Ponte. I'm going to pass my seat over to him for just about 2 minutes, and he's going to come say hello, because I know you guys are dying to see him. Come on in, Michele Ponte. Have a seat. 1 second, sir. Here you go.
Hello, everyone.
Ponte is here, guys. The legend.
Oh, come on.
Coming back from, you were in Africa last, right? And also Poland as well.
Yes. I think this is the first time that I look small on camera. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to put my seat higher.
But yeah, it's so what was the most adventurous part of your trip would you say when you in Africa? What is the craziest point of your trip, of this last trip?
I think when I got malaria.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was sleeping in a bed without a mosquito net, and therefore my chances of getting hit by the mosquitoes was pretty much, let's say, higher than normal.
Yeah, and so you got malaria, which makes you extremely tired. It makes you just
weak, mentally broken, and you don't understand things, and you're not able to do anything. You move like a zombie, stuff like that. Yeah, usual stuff.
And then, so you took some. How did you get over the malaria parasite? Like, what did you do?
At first, I thought I had another disease or something, so I was taking like paracetamol and stuff like that, thinking that they would help, but they didn't. It was just getting weaker and weaker and dumber every day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then my throat was so dry, and I decided to go to the local hospital near the village. They gave me some pills. The pills, they did lower the malaria, but they actually didn't cure it. So it was like in 10% of my body, so it went down maybe to a few percentage. And then to fix it completely, another YouTuber passed by the village, Christmas list. He gave me a ride to Nairobi. And in Nairobi, I did injections every 12 hours for 3 days. No, for 2 days.
And
then it was done.
And then it was done. And then you got back to Europe. And then you ended up coming to China. Tell me about your trip to China and what your first impressions were coming here after spending so long in Africa.
By the way, guys, you will see the full answer on his channel. But I was speaking with Alex the entire time when I was in Africa, and he was telling me, okay, I'll get you to China, and finally China opened for tourism. So I was the first person to apply at the embassy at the visa center in Poland, and thanks to Alex, now I'm here.
Yeah.
It was a very long trip. I think if somebody saw my video, I took one train, one bus, one airplane, another airplane, and then another train, and now I'm here in Chongqing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds of the video, so guys, you can watch it.
Yeah. And so arriving here, what do you feel like? I know, I mean, I saw your video, of course, but
thank you.
What is your first impression of Chongqing? Like, is it not what you expected?
That's a good question, Bert.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I was shocked that it is so clean, as I told you, and well, I'm shocked also by how spicy is the food.
Oh yeah.
Yes, today I hang out with Bert, and he told to the people, don't make it spicy, or don't make it so spicy. So my eyes didn't get wet, but
it was still a bit spicy, I'm sure.
But after coughing a couple of times, it was okay. But no, for the rest, it's really cool. It's very safe, zero problems. I think with people, I mean, like
with Chongqing food, it's kind of like that spicy oil that gets to you, and it actually does make me cough as well.
You see, I'm not alone.
Yeah,
I don't know about Alex.
No. People go to me. People say to me, "Are you gonna, Alex? Have you ever tried hot pot?" I was like, "Yeah, 30 times," and that's it. I mean, people invite me out to hot pot, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoy I enjoy eating, some of the local cuisines, but this is hot pot. This you pay for it the next day, your stomach. And as much as I like spicy food, there's a lot of Western choices here, actually, for me.
Maybe we can enlarge the camera. You enter the shot.
You want me to? Okay, we're gonna let our camera.
Take cover.
Well, I'll sit in the middle here,
and I can move to the side.
I'll sit in the middle.
There's a lot of options, and actually, hot pot doesn't have to always be spicy. And you've got the clear soup as well. Typically, maybe not with Chongqing hot pot. You only have like spicy and spicier, but normally, like you have a clear soup you can kind of mix in with. So during the whole hot pot, you could probably mix like here.
Come on in, Ponty. Come on in.
I'm in.
Come on in, Ponty. Come on, get in here.
If I sit here, I am the same height as you. No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. Here. Wait. I'll move over. Hey, hello, Randy. How are you? Great to see Randy here. So yeah, we got the gang here, and I think, guys, I mean, what a fantastic night it is. The bridges are lit up behind us. This is not a green screen. These buildings, they come on around 8 o'clock at night. There are thousands of LEDs that light up the skies of Chongqing. I think it's magical. I think it's actually more beautiful than Shanghai. No offense. No offense.
No,
I think it's more beautiful than Shanghai. And I can't tell you guys how happy I mean. I've been waiting for this day to bring guys like this here, great friends, content creators here, not just to be with me, but to also to show you guys what this city is all about. He's off to a flying start, and he is going to be onto a fantastic journey here in Chongqing, as you did some filming today as well, right?
Yeah, I did. I had a good time. The locals are super friendly, by the way. They're just like all like they're kind of all surrounding you, and the kids, they really want to, you know, talk to you in English and Chinese. And once they realize you can speak Chinese, they want to know where you're from. They want to know. They gave me a rock. I've got a rock in my bag, I believe. Yeah,
a rock.
Gave me a rock. Oh yeah,
Somebody
it's in my bag.
it to you?
No. The kid gave me a rock, like it's a white rock. I got it.
Diamond?
In my bag. It's like a quartz almost, but it's like a nice little rock, very smooth. The kid wanted me to have the rock. He wanted my WeChat. He wanted to be friends with me. So he's like 6 years old.
Guys,
Very
do
nice.
not accept rocks from strangers.
He's a very nice kid, though.
No, don't accept rocks from kids. But no, we were at the pizza place tonight, and a guy recognized me there, and he's like, "Hey, you got to do some vlogs." And I said, "Yeah, no problem." And I think he was talking about yours. He saw your vlog.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hang, it has overtaken Shanghai. To be precise, Shanghai has been shanghaied by Chongqing. I believe that Chongqing is the #1 most traveled city here
wow.
in China now.
That's amazing.
And it is a crazy city. And you got tons more to do.
Hopefully, yes.
Right?
I would say that Chongqing has got the most beautiful skyline, though. Absolutely, hands down. I mean, Shanghai is just fine, but you just see that crazy color, and then you got the trains going above ground. It's like a monorail train, I believe.
Yeah, monorail, 95-kilometer monorail train,
Yeah.
95, world's largest monorail in the world. And now 95% of the monorail lines and the monorail itself are built here and patented in Chongqing. And we do have monorails that go through buildings. It was actually the coffee. You guys are talking about the Lizaba station, the very famous Lizaba station, where the monorail goes inside the building. It was designed like that. And inside, when the monorail comes inside the building, you'll see it's very iconic. If you see Chongqing, there's a good possibility you'll see it. We drove by it again tonight. Thousands of people just mesmerized as this monorail goes into the building, but it's built with shock absorbers. As soon as it goes into the building, it just, it's a crazy city. I mean, look, guys, look at this. You got bridges. This is a city of 14,000 bridges. I'm not joking on that.
I could try and move the camera.
You want? Yeah, we'll show them near the end. You guys, Ponty's going to try at the end of this to show you guys the skyline here. It's unbelievable. Yes.
So the new trend on Douyin, I noticed, is moving the train with your hand, showing it go through the like they're moving they're holding the camera like this. They're basically moving their hand with the train going into the building.
Okay,
So,
write that down. Steal that idea from him now. Steal it now.
Everybody
Take
is
it now.
doing it. You know, everybody's doing it. I've seen 4 videos already on Douyin.
Damn.
I've got that. So
Haven't seen it on YouTube yet. Thanks, Bert. No, but very good. Fantastic. Okay, so what we'll do here is how many minutes into this? We're about 30 minutes into this. We're going to keep going for a while, and then we're going to show you the grand finale at the end here. You want me to grab you back in about 15 minutes? Let you do the things? We'll take your mic from you there.
Oh, yes.
That's Ponty's got to get back there because everybody's complaining, saying they want to see another vlog from him.
How many people are watching on TikTok right now? Not many, right?
Good enough. We're having a great time here on the YouTube here. So everything is fantastic. Thank you very much. Should be interesting when the next generation high-speed rail China Hyperloop becomes operational in 2034. Didn't hear about that.
The Hyperloop going from Shanghai to Hangzhou.
Really? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta make a video on it, Kevin. I'm going to make a video on that.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a crazy fast hyperloop thing, and people from Shanghai love to go to Hangzhou, so it's a good like experimental kind of thing. But imagine if they do something like that from Beijing to Shanghai or somewhere else in China. They could do a couple different hyperloops. If they can connect them, it'd be definitely competing with the airplanes.
Hang, you say about planted in Chongqing. Chongqing's got a pile of trees. I don't know where you could plant. Like, I mean, look at all the trees out there. I don't know where you could plant the trees here, man. I mean, all the mountains are just, lots of trees. And remember, we had a huge forest fire here last year as well with the drought. It was pretty harmful, that's for sure.
It almost looks like a jungle. Like a lot of these areas, like they've got like jungle kind of plants, and then there's a lot of trees as well. So Chongqing is like this jungly mix with, almost like San Francisco, up and down hilly kind of roads that are beautiful.
Let us know where you guys are coming in from tonight. Let us know what cities and stuff that you're coming into. Hank saying 600 kph travel. Interesting. China's beating Elon Musk. I didn't know. I've got to really look into that, Kevin. So it's called, do we know the actual name of that? The high-speed rail, the next generation of do we know what it's called?
Oh, I don't know.
Just
heard about where it's like from, like what two cities it's connecting to.
So besides Chongqing, I mean, so what do you want to do when you're in the city here? And then what other city do you want to do besides Chongqing?
Definitely Chengdu.
Okay. Never been there?
I've been there before. Okay. Yeah, I just never made videos there. I ate before like the frog hot pot with the frogs, I don't know. That was pretty good. There's just so much good food in all these places. And also Changsha is one of my favorite cities. I've never done a video there.
This is Changsha.
Yeah. Also a mountainous city too. Very similar to Chongqing, but Chongqing has got the river and the mountains that are just like super windy. And the infrastructure here is just unbeatable though. The overpasses, the highways going over and under things, and then the buildings on the cliffs, and then the escalators going up the mountain somehow. I mean, it's like if Hong Kong was turned, like all the mountains in Hong Kong, they were like, okay, we can build on all these mountains here in Hong Kong, and let's make it really, really creative. That is the city of Chongqing. If you could build on the mountain in Hong Kong, and you made it all, all like mountainous city style.
Saying, check out Harry's blog, a British who has lived in China for 12 years. He goes to grungy areas. We will do that for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so now that's you're going to do that. How about, when's your first video going to drop from Chongqing?
I hope soon. Maybe in the next, if I work really hard and focus, it could be in the next 3 days. How
long does it take you to put a video together?
It really depends. Sometimes I can put it together in like 2 or 3 days and get everything done. It's all about, kind of clicking. The video needs to like talk to me. Okay. I got a lot of videos that are on the back burner as well that I'm like trying to get out also, but I'm like, yeah, I want to make it perfect, but it's hard to make it perfect. You have to, as a creator, you have to realize you're not going to make it perfect. It's better to just get that stuff out. But it just depends. And looking to hire, team members just to edit and stuff, it's pretty hard. But
even editing and filming is no, we're not complaining here, but the thing is that I would say each video that I put together, I would call it combined time with Yulia would be 60 to 70 hours of production.
Yeah.
Per video. And we've ramped up probably 220 videos on my channel. Last year with the iChongqing team, they were more complicated in-depth videos, and we did about 165 productions, just a team of 3 there. I don't know if you're aware of this, but in the month of May, we are putting a lot of really, and this is our strategy here is to show the lives of the heroes here in Chongqing, which we will be embedding ourselves with the ambulance, the firemen, and the police here in Chongqing, showing more of a really down-to-earth reality style of programming. We'll be walking around with, of course, body cams and capturing to really show that the common stereotypes that Western or the collective West has on this country, well, we're going to really get a really up close and personal style. They're going to be filmed, pretty much wide open, unfiltered, uncensored, to give people an element and kind of like what's a day in a life or a week in life of a fireman, an ambulance driver, a hospital worker, a policeman. And we'll start off relatively basic, and then we will build up and build up and build up, because this is going to be the first time this kind of stuff's ever been shown coming out of this country. And before I pass it over to you, we've seen a massive amount of people come into our live streams called the Let's Talk China. We do that kind of bi-weekly with my other co-host, Cyrus Jansen. We've been smashing records for the largest live stream coming out of China to YouTube, anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 live viewers, and broadcasts after that from 250,000 to 500,000. So it's been an incredibly busy year. I would like, Hang, if you set up that interview, I would love to go interview her. That would be great. But Hang, I'll rely on you to set up that interview with her. And the moment that you get that interview, I'll fly anywhere in the world to interview that lady. I'm not sure if she's back on YouTube yet. I know that she had a major disagreement with her management company, but let me know when you get the interview lined up. I will gladly fly out anywhere to do it.
Absolutely.
She's massive. Okay, so back over to you, Bert. We were talking about how long it takes to put these videos together. What are some of the things you want to capture? You're a food guy, right?
I love food, but I also love, just showing different parts of the city, travel advice, what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love to explore, different ways to avoid scams, trying to show you guys to avoid this kind of scam and that. There's not that many going on around here, but I just like to make people aware of certain things or ways to save money when you're traveling, and just all the aspects of travel safely and, efficiently.
Now, if it wasn't, May Day here, major holiday here, Labor Day, what do you think of the hotel prices?
Oh my gosh. So normally you're going to spend around 80 RMB to 100 RMB for
tell
a very
the viewers,
comfortable room.
what's that in US dollars?
Oh yeah, sorry. That's like 15 US dollars, let's say 12 to 15. A really nice hotel could be $20, $25. Like, these are pretty nice hotels. You also have a typical option of like $100 hotel too. That's like, your Hilton, your Marriott, your, all these different high-end brands.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, for a normally $15 room is over $100 right now.
Really, huh?
It's really crazy. $70, $80 for like something that would be like $12 before. And the price is fluctuating every day. So you go on Agoda, you go on booking.com, and you can look at the price for like 4 days later, and it goes back to normal. Just one day after the festival is completely done and people go home, maybe this Wednesday or Thursday this week, it will be done. The prices are back to normal. You got your 80 RMB hotel, 100 RMB hotel. It's comfortable. You have a window, you have a comfortable bed, you have a bathroom, everything. This would be, a lot more expensive.
So this here, and you know what? It's funny. I did a video on this probably a year and a half ago, and people says, where do you get a hotel for $20? Well, guys, right there, and probably right about there, right smack in the middle of Chongqing. You get it. Pick up your phone now. Let's go out a week here, okay? Because this is holiday week. Everybody, remember, this is China's number one, I would say, domestically tourist hub in the country right now. How long it'll hold that crown? I hope for a long time. But pick up your phone, download the app called trip.com. If you download that app, trip.com, I'll put it in the file, or C-Trip here, trip.com. If you go there, put in Chongqing city center, put the budget out to anywhere from $15 to $25.
Yeah.
The world's your oyster.
Yuzhong, the city center area, the peninsula area, basically, this whole general area is great to be in. And yeah, 15 to 20, $25, you have a very good pool. Like you might even have a pool for like $35. Like if you put $35 into a hotel room, you could have a pool.
John said he was in Chongqing 2019, didn't find any $20 hotels. Let's put this to a test, will we? Yeah. You keep going on there. You keep chatting, and I'll pull up the hotels here. Well, let's see what we can find.
Yeah. So my first time to Chongqing, I was surprised. Like 7 years ago, which doesn't really count for these days, but I could get an Airbnb for it was like $25 or $30 in Chongqing at that time, and I actually ended up coming here with no hotel when I first came here, and I just stayed in this hostel that I randomly found. They have a lot of hostels here in Chongqing, and they're about 50 RMB now. I believe though back then you could get a hostel for like 30 RMB, like $5. So they've gone up quite a bit. It's like
tell me if this
$8.
Is clear or not. Is that clear? Not clear?
Yeah, that's not clear. I think Is it manual focus?
Don't worry. Okay. I've just put in. Okay, guys, I'm back. I just put in the 17th of April for an example. Wow. City Sunshine Hotel, $29.
That's a massive hotel.
Chongqing City Boutique, Jiefangbei, $26. Shell Hotel Chongqing, $22. Chongqing Art Yushang Hotel, Jiefangbei, Hongyedong, $26. Look at how beautiful that is. Home Inn, Chongqing, Jiefangbei, $28. $9, that's a youth hostel, $9. Another $9 hostel. $26 hotel, $22 Chongqing subway station. $6. Look at this one for $3.
These are rooms with massive windows too. Yeah. They're huge windows, great view of the city. Some of them, sometimes you get a hotel room with a window and it's just like facing another building. But these look like they're facing out. You can see the skyline.
Look at this one. Only cab for backpacker. That one's rated 5.0. That's $10. And look at the view there. Man, we've got about 40 hotels between $20 and $30 here on Sea Trip in Chongqing. No problem.
Very big buildings too, like fancy, nice hotels.
Now let me explain to you why and how these hotels work. So of course we've got the Raffles there. You can't really see it on the camera, but the Raffles is over there. It looks like a sail. You see the red?
Yeah.
Now it's designed like the front of a sailboat because the two rivers are joining each other. Wow. The Jialing and the Yangtze River. So it's set sail along the river. Very cool design. Now that's going to probably cost you about $175 to $200 a night.
Still 1/6 the price, or no, 1/3 or 1/4 the price of Singapore. If you're staying in Singapore and stay at a similar hotel.
Like when Ponty came into Chengdu, we stayed at the St. Regis Hotel. The St. Regis Hotel added an extra bed in the room. It was a executive suite. It included happy hour, free alcohol, lunch for 3 people included, and buffet breakfast the next morning for $130 all in.
And for 3 people, enjoy all this.
St. Regis, yeah. So these hotels here, how they do it. For example, these big tall guys. Okay, let's use this one here. This one here, for example. Now, this is a skyscraper. Okay, this is probably about 50, 60 stories high, that one there, okay? What these hotels will do is they will go into a building, and let's say the building, maybe somebody left the office space or a tech company moved, they needed to expand. They'll go in there and say, we want the whole floor. And it's called a micro hotel. So you'll go to some of these buildings and you'll see the main lobby is the main lobby, but you'll see hotel called, Star Hotel or the Dragon Phoenix Hotel or the Love X Hotel or whatever. You never know, whatever. I mean, the Kitty Hotel. What was the?
Yeah, I had a themed hotel that I stayed at. I couldn't get a hotel very easily yesterday. And I got to this hotel. It's like I stayed in the Hello Kitty room in this crazy themed hotel. They've got Mickey Mouse hotel rooms. They've got the ship hotel room. They've got race car hotel room. They've got everything. And I shot a video there. And the funny thing is, like, I asked the guy in Chinese, I'm like, 可以你我们一起去看看那个猪 and he was like, so sorry, that means like, can we go on a tour together and check out the the hotel rooms?
Right.
And he's like, oh, I'm too busy right now. And then so I just went off and did it myself. I just filmed everything. I just wanted to make sure it was okay first. I mean, I didn't need him to show me around. And then my key card actually works in every single you know how you have to put in the key card to turn on the lights. So I got every single room. I was able to take a video of every single room. I didn't need to get shown around.
Yeah, this is an interesting comment because I'm gonna below 150 RMB rooms are for locals. No, I'm not sure what city that is in, but maybe this is what's making Chongqing the #1 city in China. Maybe I should experiment this in Shanghai, but I can tell you, in one of the greatest cities in China here, which is Chongqing, not just because I lived here, I moved here because it is an absolutely fantastic city. In fact, the apartment that we're in now is 150 meters. I would call that a mega view here. And the cost of this apartment here, 150 meters, all in, is 5,300 RMB a month. That's way less than $1,000 a month. This exact apartment in any other city with a mega view like that would cost me tens of thousands of dollars. Now you might say, well, because that's London. Well, this is Chongqing, and this is amazing. And what I want to say to add to that is, yes, there are hundreds of hotels, and they are inviting to people with Canadian passports, American passports, Italian passports, French passports. It's well known throughout this city that you can get hotels between 100 to 150 RMB, very, very easy. Even to 200 RMB, you start to really climb up in the services included. But I would definitely say for, the 150 to 200 RMB, no problem getting a fantastic room. Even I rented one a few months back for about 175 RMB, included a bathtub, 45-meter room, and they threw in breakfast. That's it. I mean, there's tons of competition here. A lot of these towers that became empty during the pandemic times, a lot of them were reinvested into micro hotels. And, the people that invested in those micro hotels could obviously see something happening in this city, because right now, if you look at that bridge, that very bridge right now, where they've closed for the night because people are out watching the light show here, there's 5,000 people in there.
Yeah, it's wall to wall or bridge to bridge, like from one side to the other, pretty much packed. Like the bridge is huge.
John, you're right, but I have to tell you guys, anybody right now that's watching this program can download trip.com or Ctrip. And why I recommend Ctrip to the people outside of China or Trip is that you can book that room, and if there's an issue with that room while you're in China, you simply go on to their live chat. It comes up in English, and they say, "How can I help you?" And you can say, "Oh, can't find the hotel. Can you send me address for the taxi driver?" Boom, they send it to you. "I'm not really happy with the room. Have a seat, sir. We will call the hotel for you." Wow. So it's all that additional service, and that's why this company is just ripping, rocking. I have not been on Booking.com, Agoda, TripAdvisor, or anything in years because of this application. This application, people say, you should be. Are you sponsored by them? I wish the hell I was, because I would put them in every one of my videos. I put this with even with Ponte, Michaela Ponte, who was on earlier in this program. Well, he was in Kenya and stuff. And he said it was great. It was helpful there. Also, you can book train tickets on this application in English, okay? And once you book that train ticket, it will give you a snapshot of what the train station looks like, a map of how to get to the train station, a map of what your platform looks like, and how to get to the platform and what to do in the platform.
It sounds like the WeChat of
it's absolutely fantastic. Apps. Yeah. 1 second, I'm just going to plug in our computer here.
So, for example, I was on Agoda.com today trying to cancel my booking because the booking was all messed up. The hotel was literally like an hour and a half away. If I took the subway, it would be probably an hour by taxi. So it's like on the other side of town. I didn't know that because the Agoda.com said that it was right on the Yuzhong Peninsula area, but yeah, so it was on the other side of town on line 6, going so far away. And I tried to write Agoda. It's all bots. It's all just running itself. So it's not actually helping you fix the problem. They said, oh, you can't cancel the reservation because it's too late to cancel it. So I just am stuck paying $80 for this hotel room that I'm not able to use because it's on the other side of the whole city. So I just, I was a little bit annoyed, but I was able to, because of another guy helping me find the hotel's number, which was not on Agoda, it was on another website. And then we were able to call the actual hotel. They were able to cancel the booking by just talking to them on WeChat, and then they're able to go on Agoda.com and cancel it themselves, because it's kind of their fault that the Agoda had their location completely messed up. So
guys, what we're going to do, I'm back here. I think I'm back. Am I back on the screen? I think I'm back on the screen. I'm coming back on the screen. There's always a little bit of a delay here, but I think I'm back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to wrap it up, but we're going to try to give you guys a look of the skyline behind us. If you haven't heard of Bert's channel, what you got to do is check in the link in the description below in this video here on the iChongqing channel. Food Expert is the channel that you need to subscribe to, as well as Michela Ponte. If somebody could drop a link to Mr. Ponte's channel in our live chat, that would be greatly appreciated. And we are going to kind of move the microphone out of the way, get out of the way ourselves here, maybe turn out the light and see what we can do for you guys to show you the skyline of the fantastic Chongqing.
nice.
You want the light out here?
Yeah, it would probably be good. Yeah.
No problem. It's all good.
Okay, go.
Huh? Okay, guys, we're just going to adjust the light here for you guys to see if we can get anything here for you. I'll bring should I try to slide the computer a little bit forward? Wow, what a beautiful view, Ponte. That's fantastic.
That's the max we can get.
That looks great. Well, everybody, live from Chongqing, we wish you guys all an amazing evening here. That's the beautiful skyline here in the wonderful Chongqing. You are seeing the Agriculture Bank of China in front of you, and as well as that is the Tiananmen Bridge, and the lights are out on the bridge deck there because it is full of thousands and thousands of people. And into the distance there, the one that lights up a lot there is the World Financial Center there as well. All good there, Mr. Ponte. Fantastic. Everything looks great. We appreciate you helping out with us, guys. From all of us here at Chongqing, the city of bridges and the fantastic city of the Jieling and the Yangtze River, once again, is the picture copyrighted? I don't know. But anyway, from all of you guys here, we're going to say goodbye. You guys take care. Have yourself a fantastic evening.